good morning. This is Estelle from August Moon Tea. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about what we should put underneath the gaiwan or teapot when we are making tea. I have some people asking me this question, and I'd like to explain this through this video, and hopefully you will understand a little bit more about tea ceremony as well. So as you can see, I've set up here. So normally underneath the gaiwan or a teapot, I would like to put something to protect the surface of the table, because this table is over 3,000 to 4,000 years old, and also protect the bottom of the teaware, either gaiwan or teapot. So as you can see here, I have a piece of wood. It's not just a normal piece of wood. This is quite old as well, and it's coming from my hometown, and this type of wood only grows around the area in my hometown. In Chinese, we call it 金丝楠木. So this is one thing I would use. And another thing you probably is more common than just a piece of wood is things like this. I've got a very small one, and it's made of bamboo, and you can open this kind of like a lid, and you can put it on the table like this, and you can put your teaware on the top of it. So the benefit of this is you can carry water. So when you do tea ceremonies, water might be everywhere, and these can carry some water. And when you use the kettle to rinse the surface of your gaiwan or teapot, this will carry water as well. So with just something very flat like this, it can be in different forms. It doesn't have to be just a piece of normal wood, or it can be some really nice plates as well. So the water, when you use this, the water can go everywhere. So that's when you have to be really mindful and very patient to do the tea ceremony, so that you can slow down a little bit more. And another thing, in Chinese we call it hu chen. So it's like this. It can be in different material. This is like a raw porcelain one, and you can get like a metal one, you can get like a tin one, or a silver one, or purple sand if your budget is high. So you can see here, it's got a little area where you can carry a little bit water, but not a lot. So it's also very elegant, because it doesn't take a lot of space when you do the tea ceremonies. So just simply put your teaware on top of that, and that's very easy to use as well. You can carry some water, but you still need to be careful, because it fills up very easily, very quickly. So if you are not paying attention, the water might go everywhere. So with this one, just like this, a piece of wood, I much prefer this type of tool, or like a hu chen like this, because it forces you to focus on what you are doing, and you don't get water everywhere. And when we do workshops, we always share with people that when you do a tea ceremony, a good tea ceremony shouldn't be too loud, you shouldn't make a lot of noises, and it shouldn't be too messy, so water shouldn't be everywhere. And that's when you slow down, when you pay attention, when you are very careful, when you focus on what you are doing. So this is a little bit information about what tea tray, or this is called teapot. And of course you'll find all sorts of different shapes, different sizes, and they are made of different materials. But I think one thing you want to think about is how skillful you are. Is it possible to do a tea ceremony without a lot of mess? If you feel it's a bit questionable, then I would suggest you to use a teapot to start with, until you feel you're very experienced, you feel you're confident to not get water everywhere, then you can change to something more advanced. And another thing I would recommend is a chabu, a tea cloth, a table runner. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be like a bamboo sheet, and it can be printed, it can be hand painted, but I don't use it here because of the strange shape of my tea table. So if I use like a rectangle table or a square table, I would use some of these just to kind of create a sort of layer or different layers on your tea space, so that this layer is where you make tea, and that part is where your guests sit around and drink tea. So different sections around your tea space, that makes things much easier. And also when you do tea ceremonies, you will find easier to move around, because you have to reach out to your guests, and also you have to come back to yourself to do the tea ceremony. So I hope this is a little bit information that you can take away today, and thank you very much, and we'll come back to some other topics that my friends or my customers have been asking quite a lot. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely day. See you soon. This is Estelle from August Moon Tea. Thank you. Bye.